I'm Adam, this is my vlog. My week comprised of 3 big things this week. First off, I went out to the eye doctor and I got myself some contacts, but they're the wrong prescription. Unless, of course, when you wear corrective lenses, you're supposed to see worse than you are when you don't. So I'll get to see if I can get these either correct my prescription or I'll just will be wearing them, but you know, as I can see fine without them for the most part. Though I like the experience of wearing contacts, I don't think I'll be continuing to do that for a while now. Second thing, I went to see if I could get my car's air conditioning fixed, and I found out that it'd be really expensive to do so. Happily, my air conditioning system works, except it needs to be charged. Problem is, my car was made so long before a certain EPA regulation went through, and as such uses R4, which with basic air conditioning units hold chlorofluorocarbons, which if you know about chlorofluorocarbons, they go up in the atmosphere and they don't decompose until they reach up there, at which point they break apart only by the sunlight, at which point the chlorine in them breaks apart the ozone layer itself. So yeah, that's something the EPA has been regulating, making sure that doesn't happen. They replace with hydrochlorofluorocarbons, which break down before they even get up that high. So I can charge it with one place only inside the area that is known to have some left, but it'll be expensive, cost me about $400. Or I can retrofit the system for about $100. Well, that's just in parts alone. Labor probably will be another $100 to about $200, and charge, which would be about $40. So I can replace the system and have it charged for about $300. Or I could just hang onto the car for another summer and sell it to the next guy who gets it. Which, unfortunately, is probably what I'm going to do. But, you know, I'll tell him about that issue, which is this being a hot place would be kind of important to tell. And another thing that happened is my garden is actually growing. I'm impressed. The radishes have sprouted. Carrots haven't sprouted yet, but I have food growing in the ground. Hopefully I'll have something coming up next week, but if I continue my watering schedule, everything should be good. I have these things over them, so the sun doesn't burn them. The plants need sunlight in order to live, so I'm probably going to have to remove these. So I'll have them partially removed and hope that they don't die. I currently have some carrots now growing in my garden, though I'm slightly worried about possibly overwatering my plants, though I'm not quite sure if I am or not. So I've got to monitor that. Worst case scenario, they'll all die, at which point I wasted, well, the water, which technically isn't a waste because it continues to grow bacteria and culture in the dirt and will be good for the next time around. And I also have the experience of growing and seeing how they grow. Also, that my rows are a little too far apart. I could probably have one more row, and also my seeds are too close together, which means I gotta thin them. Of course, you normally thin them anyway, but they're too close to where thin large bunches. So I'm kind of wondering if I can eat some of these sprouts, you know, so I don't waste stuff. Aside from that, I got to renew a magazine subscription, which, you know, I wanted to do because it expired like last month and I didn't renew it. So, you know, I renewed that today, and now I get to wait for the next one to come in the mail, which will probably be in the end of this month. And though considering the issue will probably take a little while, so it will be to the month after. But, you know, that's life. Last thing I think is that, you know, well, that's really it. Just get to go to a party tonight, and I'll probably see if I can put some footage in that from this. If all goes well, it'll be in a couple of hours. The keyboard? Found a dream that I couldn't fix. Found a dream that I... Bye.